Hey, hey, hey. So I modded this little home keyboard here and couldn't find too much with it. And it's not really that high of a quality of a sound that it's even going to really matter when I do a professional video of this. So I'm just going to make a phone video of this particular unit because it is just so cheap. Sorry. So I can go ahead and list this one for sale just to get it out of the way. And I'm about to list that broken Volca for sale as well. So I got this at Goodwill for $10, but sadly I didn't notice it there, but these keys were dead. So there's good and bad news about that. The good news is we can get this dead key turned back on. And also that all the rest, that's for the auto bass chord, so you couldn't even play those keys anyways. But the bad news is, of course, we don't have any auto bass chord because all the auto bass chord keys are dead now. But the one key that's a regular key that's dead, how do we get that back? And we have this switch. Now, depending on the patch, if it's a tone that has infinite sustain, this will drone that last note, this particular note, forever. But if it's one that doesn't, it'll just play it once. And of course, if you're a master player, you can switch this as you play it to play that key if you really need it. But mostly what this is made for is to be a drone to accompany really? Okay, sometimes I can't speak. To accompany you on your musical journey, right? So let's let you hear this. This is a very horrible sounding keyboard. This is a just no-name brand, just no name. It's just called Electric Keyboard Music Paradise. Yeah, look at that name. You know, an algorithm could have came up with that. But the sounds are pretty meh. Like, I'll let you hear a little bit of it. Nothing special. This is the saxophone. It can play, I think, up to 4 notes at once. Ooh. But there's a lot of, disharmonious tones that come when you try to do chords on some of the sounds. But let's see how many notes it can do. Hold on. Try that again. So that's 5 notes, I think. Maybe it's 4. It's either 4 or 5. But anyways, you get the idea. So I'll let you hear this in action. First, let's just hear, Ugh, it's just so bad. Yeah, I just don't like this keyboard. But, and then they hear the drone. But now, let the magic begin. And there you go. Sometimes this drone will come in if you have it on while playing notes like that, as you noticed a few times. If you play more than I'm not sure exactly how this works, but with some tones and some sounds at certain octaves, it can only play 3 notes at once. And if you do that, it'll overwrite the drone and it'll turn it off. And sometimes it won't. It just depends on the sound and how many octaves separate. It's weird. It's weird how this works. I'm not sure. But let's let you hear this again. And then without the effect. And now, here, I'll just set this down for a second. So if we want to do a chord with that note, we can do something like this. There we go. I kind of flicked it. But yeah, this is a pretty lame keyboard. But let's find another tone for you. Now you just found the best part of this drone. It holds that drone when we switch our tone, which is pretty cool, I think. Makes it a little more useful. So we can find a drone that we like. So let's search. I'm just going to search through tones. Let's see. This is. Let's turn this down a little bit. Piano. The built-in speakers in this are garbage, so I have this hooked up to an amp and it sounds much better. And let's listen to this reverb, just with a piano patch. Now let's put on a more normal sounding reverb. Turn up the sound a little bit. Really horror-esque pretty quickly. But just how low budget the tone of this thing is. Let's try to find a drone we like. That's interesting. Let's keep going. That was pretty good. That's the string. Sorry, these keys are so tiny. I messed up a little bit. And I'll switch the tone to something that doesn't hold a note, like a piano. Really weird, sorry. Now let's hear what this would sound like without the effect. Yeah, see, it's just, it needs the reverb, so don't even play this thing without reverb, just trust me when I say that. Just look how it comes alive with a reverb. And this is a cheap, like, $20 reverb. Just shows how good this reverb is for the price. Oh my god. They're coming for you. See, sometimes it brings in that lower note when you play a chord, or even sometimes two notes. Very weird how it works. Amazing. Switch the reverb up. We can just get really rhythmic with it. Now let's see if we can do the same thing by just hitting like a key. I'll hit the nearest key. Now let's do it with a switch. So see, basically anything you can do on a key, you can do with a switch. The problem is these keys, man, they're just so small. You're gonna slip. Unless you're professional, unless you're like really good at what you do, your fingers are gonna slip on these because they are tiny. I already have small hands for my height. I'm 6 feet tall, but my hands are like literally the same size as my mother's. And she's significantly, I mean, she's shorter than, my sister's shorter than me a little bit, and then my mom's shorter than that. So, yeah, your fingers probably will slip unless you have tiny ones or you're just a professional. So that's it, yeah. So what's on this? You can see that there's also some drum pattern things. Drum patterns and then individual drum sounds. Turn off that reverb. So you can pretty much do whatever. Then it has like pre-built little patch drum patterns. They suck, basically. Let's just turn on the reverb, see what happens. Yeah, pretty weird. So yeah, anyways, when I was working on this, I somehow lost some buttons. You can still, if you have like a pencil or a pen, you can press down in there. I made sure that I put the good buttons. So demo is I sacrificed that one because the demo in here is cursed. And tone drum, you don't really need that because you kind of want these to, you want those to stay the drum. If you turn that, click it, it'll turn it into the keyboard, and you don't really want that. Not even the keyboard. It lets you like instead of cycle through the tones, it just lets you quickly pick the 1 through 8 tone. So it's kind of redundant. So you don't really need a button either. So there you have it. 11's kind of weird. Yeah. Sorry, I've just been modding today, so I'm kind of tired. I'm not in the best playing mood, but I just wanted to show you all this because I'm going to go ahead and list this for sale get this thing out of the way. It's cheap, nothing too special about it. Yeah, whatever, you get the idea. Get the gist of it. And about this, so I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but I think the reason this is broken, I looked inside, the screw, there's a screw that holds a little board that has all the contacts for each key, and it was screwed in way too tight, and you can see where it cracked around where the screw was tightened. So I think this has been dead since, like, Fronts left the factory, really. So, yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's this little thing. I'm gonna show you all the back, so you know what kind of connections you got. So I'll just tell you. You have a phone out, so I think it's a mono out, but I'm not quite sure. There actually is a power DC 9 volt. Is it center positive or center negative? I can't tell in this light. But it comes with batteries in it, and you'll get those. Also has an audio input and a microphone input. So that's kind of weird. You can use it as a karaoke machine or whatever. Haven't tested any of those. Let's mess around with a drone. So yeah, we can make it go in little waves. But there you go. That's the little board. And when you do, of course, if you haven't noticed, when you do plug in your cable for audio, it does mute the speakers. And it has the smaller outputs, like headphone size. It doesn't have 1/4 inch like standard musical equipment. So yeah, this thing's gonna be for sale. I'm trying to be realistic with it. Because I know it has some issues, but it's not really. It's basically just doesn't have the chord function because you can get that last note with the switch. I bought this. I probably paid more than I should have. I think it was how much? Oh, the stickers on the back. Okay, so this was only $5. Okay, so it's a pretty good deal. So I can give it to y'all for something affordable. I'll think about what I'm gonna list it for. Right, it'll be a very affordable circuit bent because it's a very simple mod. So if you do get this, just note that these more modern home keyboards have really nothing going on in them, so they're not really good to mod. If you're going to mod a home keyboard, get something from at least 30 years old. Well, okay, maybe not that old, but get something, I'd say mid-90s or older is what I would do. Mid-90s or older, but 80s if you can. Well, that has it, and I will see you guys later. And yeah, if you do mod these, make sure you mod them while they're battery powered. Because if you get shocked, it's going to be a lot more nice if it's from the batteries and not from a continuous power source. Okay. Well, there you have it. Yep. Oh, wow. I just found one of the buttons. But there's no way I can insert that button. Shoot. It's so much work to take this apart. It's not even worth it. Oh, wait. Can I get it? No, I can't get it. Okay, I will send this button because you can actually push this button like in either hole and then press it down. So you can use this as your selector for the 2 missing ones. So it'll come with this if you buy it. So yeah, like I said, sorry this wasn't a professionally done video, but this board, it's just so simple, not much to it. I didn't feel like it was warranted to give it a full-on demo because when I do the full-on demos of other stuff I've done and other stuff I'm working on, they're going to be a lot of work into those videos, and they're going to be very in-depth. So I hope you like them. But anyways, like I said, this will be for sale pretty cheap. There's also Volca I'm putting on sale for about 25 bucks, maybe 5 shipping. It's broken though. So yeah. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. And hey, I got this Yamaha PSR12 in front of me. I'm going to crack this little sucker out, work on it, see if I get any cool mods out of it. I know I'll get something out of it, right? Because those older keyboards, you get a lot more out of them. These modern toy ones, they're not even worth modding. I just picked this one up because it was only $5, but I should have known better. It was probably $5 because the last keys were broken. Well, I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering whether this is going to be for sale, just go on Reverb and the Reverb website and type in ADHD mods. You should find my page and you can see where my stuff is for sale. All right, see ya.